I've experienced heat in a number of places. We've experienced heat in Illinois, Florida, Georgia, Texas, Northeast, the West Coast, everywhere.
When it comes to living in Alabama, and just like any other place, no matter how long you live there, whether brand new or you're born and raised there, there's always things that you can't stand, right?
Everywhere has its flaws, and some things might be deal breakers for you. For me and my family, these are just things that we deal with along with everyone else in Lower Alabama. So let's talk about 5 things a lot of people just can't hardly stand.
We're going to talk about all those and more. Maybe they don't bother you, maybe they do, or maybe they're absolute deal breakers. These are the things even the locals who were born and raised here can't stand.
What's going on, guys? You're watching the Living in Lower Alabama channel. If you're new here, this channel is all about what it's like to live in Lower Alabama.
So welcome to the channel, or welcome back. Make sure y'all hit that like button for us.
And don't forget to hit the subscribe button and that little notification bell so you know every single time we drop a new video. Our videos are made with love to help all of you when deciding to move down here to Lower Alabama.
That's right. We're local realtors in Lower Alabama, helping families every single day make their move. So if you like what you see and you're ready to move, call us to help you find your next home. We know this market like the back of our hand and would love to be a part of your home buying process.
When it comes to this list that we're about to get into, just please understand we absolutely love living in Alabama. We're raising our family here in Lower Alabama, but like I said, everywhere you go, you'll find things that aren't super enjoyable. If you live in Chicago or New York, obviously you hate the traffic. You hate sitting in traffic for 2 hours. I mean, who likes doing that? Not for me, no thank you.
Everybody's entitled to their own opinion, so these may be things that you just absolutely hate and could be deal breakers for you, or you can be like, Tony, that ain't that bad, man. Like I said, I used to live in Chicago and we hate having bad traffic. If you're telling me your traffic's bad, it can't be anything compared to what we had going on there. So let's go ahead and dive into these things.
So on that note, let's go ahead and kick things off with number 5. And these are really in no particular order, but we're gonna go from 5 down to 1. So number 5 is the traffic. We really do have bad traffic out here, and on the Bayway specifically in Mobile County, you're gonna find some traffic. Some of you may know that Mobile is a little city, right?
Relatively little.
Well, just because it's smaller than some major cities doesn't mean the traffic can't suck, because it can, and it does, especially on Airport Boulevard. Now, a lot of times parents and people are going to work or to school, so there's a lot of cars on the road. For me, when I was going to college, I was going to University of South Alabama, which is in Mobile, and at that time I was living in DAPHNE. I would plan my entire school schedule and my day around the traffic, not only the Bayway, but going to Mobile. So
how bad was that traffic? As Jess said, on Airport Boulevard, and everything by the airport is congested. You've got that hub of basically jobs right in that general area, and a lot of people are cruising through from either Central or West Mobile. Also, you got people going across the Bayway, which is another name for I-10, to the Eastern Shore. And a lot of people take an alternative road to get to the Eastern Shore because I-10 can and will get backed up to a complete hard stop. This alternate route is called the Causeway, but this isn't always an option because after a heavy rain, the causeway can flood. So many times traffic is just unavoidable.
And just like anywhere else in the morning and late afternoon, that's when things get really, really congested. Or if there's a holiday weekend, then forget about trying to get anywhere on time. The Beach Express while driving to the beaches gets insane.
So you've got everyone on the roads, whether it's going to Mobile, the Eastern Shore, or going to the beach. Everybody is coming and going at the same exact time. Typically, traffic starts to get pretty bad probably around 7:30ish in the morning, give or take, depending on holidays, what you got going on, if schools are in session, you know, those type of things all matter. But typically around 7:30 in the morning, you're gonna start to notice a congestion start to build up.
Oh, and if somebody blows a tire on the Bayway or near either tunnel or runs out of gas or whatever the case may be, a little fender bender, and then traffic is absolutely shot for hours.
Forever.
Forget about it. You're gonna be late for work, you're late for the doctor, that birthday party, you're definitely gonna be late. Whatever you had planned, just know that you are gonna show up late.
Yeah, because they have to clean it up, get people around it. You're down to one lane, and if you're in the Bankhead Tunnel, just be prepared to be trapped
Just
for a
cancel it.
while.
Don't even bother going anymore.
Yeah, you're done for.
Yeah, good luck.
Good luck, Jonathan.
Everybody's trying to get off of work, and it's like this mad dash to get on the Bayway and beat traffic. So that's actually gonna start around like 3:30 in the afternoon. 3:30 in the afternoon is when you're gonna start to notice, especially by the airport, things are gonna start getting a little bit backed up and that traffic's gonna get heavier. And as time goes by, it's just gonna get worse. And then you might try to take shortcuts, but if school's in session, then you're gonna have all the traffic lights and the school buses are all gonna slow you down. So been there, done that, tried it all. Traffic can just be a headache. Congestion usually dies down, I'd say around like 6:30. So maybe plan on working later, start later if you can. It's definitely worth it. And if you can't handle traffic, maybe living close to a big city isn't for you.
I'm done.
But if it's something that you can deal with and you're really like, it can't be that bad, well then text us and get on a call with us and we can talk more about it.
All right, y'all, number 4 on our list is gonna be that flying into Mobile isn't always enjoyable. Direct flights are far and few. A lot of our friends and family come to visit us and they have connecting flights with long layovers. Flights from Chicago usually have layovers in Atlanta or Tennessee or Dallas, and this just makes the flights 6 to 9 hours long. We've had a hard time flying out for long weekends or going to weddings. We've been invited to because tickets are just crazy expensive right now, and we are having to deal with 3 or 4 hour layovers.
It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it just makes the idea of traveling just a big turnoff for us. We got 2 airports to choose from though, which is Mobile, and those living on the eastern shore also can get to Pensacola pretty quickly, so that's an option. And they're both small airports and maybe less traveled to, so direct flights are just not that common. But
maybe hopefully that will all change because the city is in the planning stages of the first international airport in Mobile, which could mean direct flights and lower costs, so we're keeping our fingers crossed.
And if they moved the airport to downtown Mobile like they've been talking about, I'd be much happier because remember, the traffic can be a nightmare.
Okay, enough about traffic. Number 3 on our list is gonna be that summer heat. Now look, it's the summer, we get it, it's hot everywhere. I've experienced heat in a number of places. We've experienced heat in Illinois, Florida, Georgia, Texas, Northeast, the West Coast, everywhere. But when I'm talking about Alabama summer heat, we're in a tropical climate. So when you walk outside during summer and it's 95 degrees, it really, really hits you. I'm not kidding.
I was gonna say, if you've been to Miami,
Totally different heat. The sun hits your skin and you're like, oh my God, it's hot today. Wow.
You can feel the devil fight your ass.
Yeah, like how fast can we get to the beach and get in the water is my question, because that's the best way to cool down.
It's the only way.
That's what everybody here does. It's super hot when you're in the water. You can just be comfortable in that heat all day.
And it's not like Vegas summer heat. We know like Vegas and Arizona, for instance, those places get into like the 120s. We don't really get up there, but we get to around like 99 degrees. But we always have like this nice bay breeze or from the Gulf of Mexico. But at the same time, it's just super hot. On top of high temps, we see a lot of rain. So add that to the mix and it just gets really muggy.
Really muggy. So on a hot day, like a 95-degree day, a cloud of rain will come by, right? And nobody bats an eye. That's just kind of how it is. The clouds, the rain just come in, everybody's at the beach, it'll go away. It does in like 5 minutes, not a big deal. Just be prepared for sticky, muggy weather. When you think of Vegas, it's just a really dry climate. They don't have all this precipitation and the sun is just super hot. So different types of environments, but the summer heat is something that can really, really like just wear you down. And especially the cost of running your AC. Expect maintenance more often than not. Our AC units just work a lot harder in general.
Expect $400 a month bills.
Sometimes.
We just had that one slap us in the face.
Yeah, I can attest to that and to being tan out here. So if you are someone that likes to golf, just know that with this rain that we were just talking about, it's something that I wouldn't have done in the past, is golf in the rain. This past weekend, for example, was an 80% chance of rain. And before we started, we kept our tee time and we played through 7 holes, and it finally came down because at some point it was going to come, and it poured for about 10 minutes. and then it light drizzled, and we were just like, you know what, this is cool, we can play through it. So our kids just did the same thing actually today on the golf course, and they both, you know, got soaked, but there's no complaints. They're kind of used to it.
Yeah, in other words, don't cancel your plans just because it says like 90% chance of rain, because it's gonna rain, but it's not gonna ruin your day. It just needs to happen, and you got to get over it, get past it, because as soon as it stops raining, the sun comes out, dries everything, and then you can go about your business.
The sun comes up and dries up all the rain.
You like that? Practicing the baby. And you're gonna want sunblock. If you're 50% Irish like me and you burn really, really easily, you're gonna need SPF daily. Even if I just took the kids to the park for like an hour, I'm coming home red if I don't use protection.
So definitely summer heat can be something you don't want to mess with.
I put on so much sunblock this past weekend while we were at the beach, and I still got burnt.
Was it worth it?
100%. I don't know if I've ever seen the water at Gulf Shores as clear as I did before then. If you haven't been, you're missing out. And if you're coming to stay permanently, you won't regret it.
There's no way you're going to regret it if you're coming to Paradise.
So number 2 on the list is going to be that we don't have any pro teams.
Alabama has no NFL, NBA, the White Sox, or MLB I should say, or even soccer if you're into that sort of thing. I lived in Chicago most of my life, a world-class city where we had an insane amount of professional sports that provided entertainment all year long. So if there's one downside for me, that's definitely going to take the cake. Now I've come to love college football down here, and it's so much fun to watch Roll Tide. I'll always miss the convenience of living somewhere where I can check out the pro team, you know, any time of the year. But down here we got the New Orleans Saints and the Pelicans, and we're only 2.5 hours away from them. The Atlanta Braves are about a 5-hour drive, so it's not the end of the world, but it's something I miss for sure.
There's the Pensacola Blue WAHOOS, and they're a double-A team for the Florida Marlins, which we go to every now and then.
And we've still got plenty to do down here that makes up for it, so we can't complain too much. I mean, we do live on the Gulf Coast, so it's a trade-off. I'll take the beach any day of the week all year round than a quarter of the year with the White Sox and 3/4 of the year with snow.
We're also in a prime location, like you mentioned, New Orleans. We can be there in about 2.5 hours, and there's so much to do. You've got the French Quarter, museums, aquariums, tours, and amazing food. Pensacola Beach is also just an hour away, and those are just 2 awesome places we can visit at any time. Sorry, Chicago, you're awesome and all, and we love your sports, but we like this way better.
Yeah, I can be in Mobile any day of the week, so I'll take those swamp tours and the fishing and the paddle boarding and sunsets on the beach all day, every day. And if you're thinking about it or you're on the fence, I say just do it.
But all right, on to the number 1 thing on our list that we hate about Alabama. I mean, this is pretty much across the board. There's a major pest problem down here. We've got bugs, a lot of bugs, especially mosquitoes, no-see-ums.
We also have rats and snakes, and you're gonna spend some money on regular pest control if you're on property down here. Or you're gonna do a lot of hunting. It's the norm and we're used to it, but still, we don't like it. If you don't treat your home for termites too, they are going to destroy your house.
Hands down. And seeing brown rats with long tails are super common right in your backyard. It happened to us. Our cat Buddha loves catching them. Thank goodness for that. And we've got snakes. A lot of them here are venomous, so you have to teach your kids where not to play outside. We just found a 4-foot snakeskin in our backyard, so we know they're out there. And we live in a residential area too. It's not just in the country, so if there's grass, there's snakes.
And if you're a golfer who's used to going in the woods or the brush, looking for those fades and those slices, don't do it here.
Don't do it! I'm warning you, do not do it!
That's my golf advice to you. So don't say I never taught you anything.
Yeah, leave your favorite ball, it's okay. And those mosquitoes will tear you up, so make sure you invest in a good bug spray, but be prepared because they don't always work. Having an exterminator treat your home is an added expense that we didn't even think about before moving here, but it's a must.
We actually have termite protection that covers damage if they were to destroy anything too. And as Jess mentioned before, the termites here are hungry.
Like I said, we hungry.
We've been at final walkthroughs and have had to push closing dates back because of those little shits. So we do see a lot of creepy crawly things out here. Huge spiders, lizards, crawling roaches, flying roaches, snakes, rats, armadillos.
Armadillos.
So I don't think I know anyone who likes living with these things.
You just get used to it, kinda.
I don't know if I'll ever get used to being bit up by mosquitoes every single day.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little harsh, but you're just so sweet. They love you so much.
Thanks, babe.
I love you, I love you, I love you!
Okay, y'all, that wraps up 5 things we hate about living in Alabama. Despite those downfalls, we still love Alabama and wouldn't want to call anywhere else home. The pros definitely outweigh the cons.
It's a trade-off, and the positives definitely outweigh those negatives, but we want to be completely transparent in these videos for you all so you know exactly what to expect when you call us to help you find your home down here in Lower Alabama.
So we hope you guys found this helpful, and don't forget to call us, your favorite Lower Alabama realtors. We're ready to get you moving, so thanks for tuning in.
Don't forget to like and subscribe, guys, and we hope to see you all in our next video.
See ya.